we're going to start with some stand-up comedy. Okay, so hosting our stand-up comedy pre-glow is a young man who tells me a lot about, I don't know, what people from New York are like. And I think it's really, if anything, it just scared me away from that city. Please welcome Gideon McCarthy.
Okay, nobody, all right. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Good. No. What was that? Give me a bigger cheer. How is everybody doing tonight? Much better. We're gonna keep cheering for a little bit. I want you to cheer if you were excited for the show. I want you to cheer if you know anybody who's performing tonight. Now, biggest cheer yet. I want you to cheer if you think you are more attractive than the last person you hooked up with. Huge response on that one. Just a couple quick conversations. I love this confidence. I just want to say two things though. First of all, how dare you? I'm right here. I mean, it is true. This is like a factual thing. It's a little upsetting. Also, these two people back here seem like a couple, and they both cheered. So you can either just step into the green room and talk that out, or I'll message both of you about it on Tinder in a couple days. But no, yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? How are you feeling this evening? You're good? Wow, that is not a long chord. All right, you know what? Let's get the energy back up. I want you to cheer if you're a feminist. Woo! Too quiet. I said I want you to cheer if you're a feminist. Woo! Much better. I too am a feminist. I actually was taught to be a feminist by my dad, interestingly enough. It's not particularly interesting. Cool story. My dad is the best feminist I know. He is so respectful. He was so respectful of my mom's personal space that he actually left her with a whole apartment to herself. He did it in the middle of the night too. Didn't even need a thank you. No, that's not true. She left. He liked it. Just like a lot. Like he was really excited. It was like streamers. It was like welcome home. It was like see you later. No, it's okay. I like being divorced. 2 Christmases are just as good as one. All right, who's ready for our first comedian of the night? Our first comic is somebody that you've never seen before. She is incredibly funny and beautiful and smart and kind and a really good friend. And I'm not just saying that because she's my boss. Please give it up for Erika Steiner.
What's up, Colin? I'm back. So before I begin, I should let you guys know I did recently turn 21. Thank you. It's okay if you forget because I will bring it up in every conversation we have. But turning 21 is kind of a big deal. I think in a lot of ways for my family. I think your 21st birthday. It's kind of like a bat mitzvah for alcoholics. Before I was a child and now I'm a woman, and I know that because I drink wine from a glass now, not a sippy cup, and that's a really big story I think everybody should get to experience. But okay, turning 21 is just, it's not as exciting as everyone tells you it's going to be, and in a lot of ways it's kind of worse. I think it's not, like some things are so much better when you're under 21, for example, buying alcohol. Because when you buy alcohol under 21 and you use a fake ID, there's so much adrenaline running through your veins, right? And my fake ID is from a state that I'm not from, so I have a monologue, an internal narrative. It's Oscar one. You know what? I'm going to show you. This is me buying alcohol under 21. Just this box of alcohol. Oh, my ID. Oh, I forgot because I'm over 21, so I don't think about it. I have that. This is Erika Steiner, 22 years of age. This 22nd year of my life. I am from Easton, Pennsylvania, 18042, in case you wanted to mail something to me. Before you ask, being from Pennsylvania is a huge part of my identity, okay? It's the Constitution state. I mean, it's the pride. And look, you're gonna ask me, Eagles or Steelers. I know you're gonna ask me that. I know, okay? And I know that, and they are two large football teams from my home state, so I know a lot about them, and I know about their rivalry, and I care, but I have to say, I'm socially Steelers and fiscally Eagles. Okay? There's two people on both sides, and I can't pick, and, oh, wait, that's it? Okay, well, thanks, and hey, but before I go, go Steagle, go Eagle, Steeler, yeah, bye. That's how exciting it is. I'm actually incredibly confident and cool and collected up there, but the adrenaline in my veins in that moment was so, and just for comparison, this is what it's like buying alcohol when you're over 21. Okay, have a good one, thanks. God, Colin, that fucking sucks, right? It's nothing. There's no adrenaline. And to put it simply, honestly, to get that same adrenaline rush, you know what I did when I turned 21? I joined a rock climbing gym. It sounds exciting, but let me tell you this, okay? I pay money to a man named Tad, who's so white he has to wear sunscreen in January, but thinks it's okay to appropriate South Asian culture because he fucked his yoga teacher. I pay money to this man. And why? So I can hoist myself on a single rope 50 feet in the air using plastic rocks because real rocks aren't fucking around, I guess, so we have to make plastic rocks to climb to the walls to get a fraction, Colin, of the adrenaline that I got. When I would buy, I don't know, a White Claw at 4 p.m. on a Tuesday with my fake ID. It was so good. And honestly, it's expensive. Like, rock climbing is really expensive. I'm not going to tell you how much it is. It's really embarrassing. I'm not going to tell you how much it is, but it is $125 a month. That's insane. Like, that is so many bottles of $2 Chuck that I can buy with that I instead spend to get, I don't even know what, if it's adrenaline or some sort of high, I don't know, but I miss it. And sometimes I just want to use a fake ID, even though I'm over 21 now. But, God, it kind of sucks, and it's expensive, and I'll say it, the sippy cups were way better to drink out of, okay? So, I don't know, thanks, I guess. I'm Erika, and I'm freaking 21.
Let's keep it going for Erika Steiner. I'm just going maximum height because I don't trust it. So I'm also 21, but buying alcohol for me is the most embarrassing experience in the world. I don't have a driver's license because, New York, greatest city in the world, woo! So I go up to a bar or to anywhere that sells alcohol. Clearly I'm not very experienced, and I show up and I go, I'm gonna buy this, and then I go, oh yeah, I'm 21. And then I pull out my whole passport. I know it looks like I'm a cop, but I just suck. I also tried rock climbing once, and I didn't even get hurt, but I was just so afraid that I never did it again. I got 2 little blocks off the wall, and I was like, okay, that was good. Dungeons and Dragons time. All right, are you ready for more show? Woo! I said, are you ready for more show? Our next comedian, in addition to being very, very funny, is also a Grammy Award-winning songwriter. So, rub it in, I guess. Please give it up for Greer Baxter.
Hey everyone. So I'm just move this very tall. So I have an unpaid educational internship this quarter, which is totally fine, but it's necessary, the unpaid and educational piece for the story that I'm going to tell. Another piece of information you should have is that my boss is a 50-year-old man who has gone to medieval times for the last 4 birthdays. Less important, but good to keep in mind. So my desk is in what legally is a utility closet, and 2 desks are attached to where the other interns are supposed to sit. But they don't sit there because their bosses let them sit in their office with them. But I do a little Harry Potter under the staircase situation and sit in the closet by myself. But there are pros and cons. The cons are the brooms that I'm under. But the pros is that there's a single bathroom that nobody uses back there, and I just sort of have the whole place to myself. You're probably not going to believe the story that I'm about to tell, but I swear on my educational internship But one day, I get to work, I use the single-use restroom, and I see that I have underwear line marks visible on my pants, which I can't have because I'll ruin the mirage of whether or not I'm wearing underwear. Luckily, I keep an emergency bomb in my backpack for emergencies like this. And so I take my bomb to the bathroom, I change, and I leave the bathroom with my other underwear in my hand, like an idiot. So I'm walking down the corridor with my underwear thinking there's no way that anybody would ever possibly be back in this closet. But who do I see 5 feet in front of me walking towards me but my boss, who I have underwear in my hand, my own. So I'm thinking, what do I say if my boss says, why do you have flippin' undies in your hand? So I say, maybe I could say something like, oh, they're for your daughter. This is my hat. It's very chilly out here in the utility lounge. What I should have said is like, oh my god, I found these gross little things in the bathroom, was returning them to lost and found. But instead what I did was I took my underpants and I pretended it was a rag and started wiping down my desk. And my boss approaches and he's probably thinking, why are there skid marks on the desk? Why is my educational intern applying her own skid marks to our desk? I would have rather have said something with the word skid marks in it to distract from what was happening, but instead what he said was worse. He said, hey, I've got a project for you, just pop by my office when you're done cleaning up with... Okay, take your time. I knew an emotion was coming my way, because why would my boss want to work closely with somebody who just used ass cloth to clean office property? But nothing happened. I didn't seem to be fired when I kept working in my elevator shaft as usual. But I don't know if it was worse if like my boss thought it was normal enough to ignore that, or if I got fired for my crime. But then one day a man with a drill appears like in my workspace, which I'm used to seeing power tools in my office, but this was a little odd. And so I'm wearing headphones, he's wearing headphones, we're just sort of looking at each other. And then he proceeds to kneel down and just start drilling into my desk. That can't be right. It's my place of work. But I didn't say anything because I've never experienced that. He's unscrewing my desk beneath my hands, out of my computer. I don't know what to say. And so, luckily, they were removing the desk, probably because they thought it was so gross, they had to get rid of it. But fortunately, my boss was nice enough to write me a recommendation for my next educational internship at Medieval Times. And I found my days there in the closet. So, that's where you find me. Thank you.
Give it up for Greer Baxter! I'm like very afraid of going to Medieval Times, but like not because I think it will be bad, but because I think I'll like it too much. Like it's just gonna be unbearably lit for me. Like I'm gonna show up and be like, Medieval Times, I'm gonna watch people joust, and then 3 hours later it's like, where's my black bread and meat? And so yeah, I think I sort of like have the exterior of like a sort of like mildly socially awkward, but like kind of keeping it together guy in the heart of a LARPer. That's who I am. Are you ready for more show? Are you ready for more show? Yeah! Our next comedian is from Hawaii, and it's not the one you think. Please give it up for Alisa Boland. Alisa!
Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing?
Did everybody have fun last night? I know I did. Last day of Filipino-American History Month. Yeah, I handed out candy to strangers to mirror the action of my mother sacrificing her prior life to her unborn children. Yeah, pretty lit. No, yeah, assimilation's real spooky. No, I just needed to establish that I was Filipino or else my set is going to sound really racist. So let's get to it, shall we? The thing I hate most about Filipinos messing with you. One of the things I love the most about my family is that growing up in the Philippines, they all really do understand the value of money. One day on a family vacation, my Auntie May decided that she would pack an entire mahjong table, which if you don't know is a big number, her own mahjong set, so the adults could stay in and gamble rather than, I don't know, doing what else adults do at night. And that was the time we were in Las Vegas then. No, my family is not just economical, they're also very morals driven. My grandmother, my Lola, is very, very religious. She recently got ordained, so she can marry me or whatever, I hope not. The reason she did it was not so that she could marry off her grandchildren, it was because she was getting really sick of paying collections at church. Now she makes money off it, which just makes her cheap twice, I think. But anyway, our vacation to Las Vegas was really, really fun. I must have been 12 at this time or something. And it had to be one of the most memorable vacations of my life. We decided we would go a bit more lavish this time. So we rented out one of those rooms with 2 queen beds. You know, the type made for a family of 4. Except there were 25 of us. So we were at like 500% capacity, which honestly is not that bad. That's like 5 to each bed, 13 to the floor, and 2 to the closet, right? The only really inconvenient part of all of it was when the housekeeping lady came to give us the 16 additional blankets that we requested. About 20 of us had to hide in the shower, which was fine. Las Vegas was really fun. What a city, what a vacation. The food in Las Vegas is really, really good. There are all these beautiful little restaurants on the strip, wonderful chic restaurants, none of which we went to, because that would be money. My Auntie Indai instead brought a microwave. And a rice cooker. And a mini fridge. So we just had homemade lumpia and pancit. We went a bit over budget on entertainment, I will have to admit. We bought the soundtrack to Mamma Mia the musical. And we used Uncle David's portable karaoke mic, which he brings to every single family vacation, to stage our own production inside of our 2-bedroom hotel room. 2-bedroom hotel room. Because true to stereotype, we all sing very well. In a rich man's world. Woo! I love my family to death. And the thing is, I understand that they are cheap, but every single penny that they save on accommodations, or Michael Jackson experience, or $7 nachos really goes back to me, because family is number one. My mom really made this clear one day when me and my sisters were bickering in the car on the way back to school over whether we were going to watch Mulan 1 or Mulan 2. And she just got so frustrated that she pulled over off the road and into a cemetery. She was not afraid of using morbid parenting tactics. And she told us to get out of the car, Twilight was falling at this time, pick up leaves off of the graves, think about our mortality. And the fact that when she was dead and buried, all I would have was my sister. I know. And I told her, Mom, when you're dead and buried, I will make sure it's 1 to a grave, not 25. Thank you. I
got it. You're good. Keep it going for Alisa, everybody! I didn't even know there was a Mulan 2. Do you know there's a Mulan 2, Colin? No, you didn't, you sly dog. That's not true. All right, everybody, you ready for some more show? Our next comedian is the life of the party. actually more like the life of the pregame. Please give it up for Andrew Olmstead!
Not even pregame anymore. Postgame. Who's ready for some low energy comedy? Alright, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna do some one-liners, and if you don't like that or my vibe, it's gonna be about 3 minutes. Pop in some headphones. I suggest radioactive. It's the length of my bleh. What's that line? It was the joke was radioactive. It's the length of my set. So. Guys, it's like my 12th time up here. Okay, just give me a break. Let me just start. Let me look at the notes. They're in the pocket a lot. I hired a hitman to kill me when I turn 60. Because I don't get anything done without a deadline. Nice, alright. What if the first person to give birth had twins? The next like 10 moms would be like, where the fuck is the other one? Anyone got a buzz cut here? No buzz cuts. Not anymore. Oh, you're close. You're close. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make fun of you for a second. I think buzz cuts are like the scrambled eggs of haircuts, because like we know you're going for something else, and then couldn't make the flick. I work at a chicken restaurant, and some guy came in asking for eggs, and I was like, dude, you came 21 days too late. I have a bulk order of glass marbles and a permanent ban from all bubble tea shops in Chicago. Oldest turtle alive, the oldest turtle. He's 187 years old. His name's Jonathan. He lives in the Galapagos. Let's give it up for him. Can you guys imagine how racist he is? Like, we've never seen that level of a Republican before. Like, it goes Jonathan, Mitch McConnell. They're like kind of related, I think. And the rest of us. The president, when he gives a speech, he has a microphone. So why the fuck does the ASL translator not have a magnifying glass? That's good. I want some that bomb in there because if there's someone in the back trying to copy my jokes, they'll stop. Because I found out a joke I did a couple weeks ago. Steve Martin actually stole it back in the 70s. And it was really embarrassing for him. So, I'm going to do that again. Alright. Oh, let's roll. I used to bite my nails. And then I learned how to use a hammer. I'm really excited for the future. I want to see self-driving cars happen, but they're gonna make Roadhead a lot less fun. I guess drive. It's like just you could be sitting on a couch. I'm gonna get political for a second. Fuck the police. Sting's pretty good. Let's give it up for Sting. Got one more for you. Oh, what does this say? Oh, yeah. I think the reason why they do karate barefoot is because it gets really expensive trying to match the color of your shoes to the color of your belt. Thanks, guys. I'm Andrew.
I'm waking up. No, I'm just kidding. Andrew, that was a great set. I love that one joke you did about the thing, you know, people laugh. Woo! That was awesome. All right, you ready for more show? We got 2 more comics left. If height was based on comedic ability, our next comic would be Shaquille O'Neal. As it turns out, though, it's based on genetics. Please welcome Yamini Nambimadom.
This is going away. Hello. So my mom is here tonight. I'm really nervous that she's not going to laugh at any of my jokes. I went to stand up with my mom this summer, and I was really scared to laugh at anything because the comedian just kept telling a bunch of dick jokes. And I was like, fuck, if I laugh at these, my mom is going to know that I know what sex is. Nervously giggling, and I looked to my left, and my mom is sitting there cackling like a hyena. And yeah, it's a weird day when you learn that your mom likes dick jokes more than every 15-year-old boy you've ever met. Like blowjobs, hand jobs, rim jobs, micro penises, macro penises, foreskin, like literally anything to do with a penis, and she will laugh at it, I guess. Yeah. My parents aren't your average Indian parents. Like, they didn't tell me that I had to be a doctor, or a lawyer, an engineer, or anything like that. They said, you know, you can do whatever you want. As long as you win awards for it and get into college for it, we can brag about it to other parents, and so on and so forth. So I did theater. I know you're really surprised because I seem so well-adjusted, but I loved doing theater so much. It was just a little bit weird because there were like very few people of color who did theater at my high school, and it was like surprising to me for two reasons. The first reason being like my high school was pretty diverse. Like there were enough people out there to do it, and two, have you met immigrant children? They are the best actors I have ever met. It's like there's this girl Shreya that I went to high school with, you know, and seeing her at house parties, it was crazy. It was like she'd be doing body shots off some future frat boy, but she's like also on the phone with her mom, and she'd be like, "Yeah, mom, study session is going so well. We're building a hydrogen bond. Yeah, please save me some home cooked rotis. I love you so much." And you know, her mom was at home like, "Oh my god, my future doctor, I love her so much." She was like eating that shit up, you know, that's like Oscar-winning talent, and she is wasting it on Science Olympiad or something. That's so sad. At least, like, I might like my parents, but I'm entertaining people too. Yeah, it's my 4th year in college, which is crazy. So I decided to try harder to like be more active about only doing things I like, only spending time with people that I want to spend time with. I decided to cut out toxic relationships from my life. Yeah, I started with my Apple Watch. Yeah, when I first got my Apple Watch, it was like a very happy relationship, you know. I would feel down, and my Apple Watch would be like, "Hey, if you just get moving for 30 minutes, you'll be a better you than the you were yesterday." And I would be like, "Yes, Apple Watch, I do want to be a better me than the me I was yesterday." And we were happy together for some time, but then it got to the point where it was just like, "Oh, we're not going to work out today? You're going to be the lazy bitches? It's 1:30 p.m. and you still haven't got out of bed. That's weird. So we're just going to keep binge watching Modern Family instead of going to hot yoga? Those love handles aren't going to melt themselves." It's like, fuck you. Like, I don't need that. You know, all Apple products have been frustrating me lately. You need an adapter for literally everything. Like, what's up with that? And those adapters are called dongles. Just sit with that for a second. Dongle, that is the most disgusting word I've ever heard. Like, I've heard the moist, and dongle is 10 times more disgusting. It sounds like some sort of like diseased chode penis. Like, it's so gross. And what makes it even grosser is that 90% of the time when I hear the word dongle in seriousness, it's coming from my 52-year-old Indian father who's like running around the house in laps like, "Has anyone seen my dongle? Can someone help me find my dongle? I think I saw your mom using it last night. I may have left it to your brother." And it's like, I don't want to think about your dongle. I don't want to help you find it. And I especially do not want to know what my mom was doing with it. That was for you. Thank you.
Keep it going for Yamini! just want to say, Ms. Nambimadom, you and I are on the exact same wavelength in terms of what jokes we like. The funniest thing I've ever heard in my life is that the owner of the New York Jets, New York again, his name is Woody Johnson. What the fuck? This man has $1 billion? Just change your name. It's $50 at City Hall or something. Anyway, are you ready for your last comedian of the night? This next man is very funny. I actually feel I'm a lot like him. We have a couple differences. He's a little bit taller than I am, and that's about it. Please welcome to the stage, Zavior Phillips.
What's up, guys? How we doing? Yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. No, especially on white girls though. White girls, yeah. I didn't know you love Halloween. Oh my God. Shut up. No, you're stupid. Stop. Seriously, I love it. Well, happy Halloween, everybody. Seriously. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually in my costume right now. This year's pretty easy for me. Actually due to the fact that I'm half black, half white. For this year, my Halloween costume, I just went like this, and I was non-committal Justin Trudeau. It's like if you only half learned his lesson. You know? I saw it on Pinterest, so okay. Yeah, I was born 10 days late, folks. 10 days late, which is a fairly long time. That means it took over a week to figure out how to exit my mother. Which is cool. It's one of the hardest escape rooms I've ever done. I made it now. Growing up, this is true, my father would call me Little Man, which always sounds really cute, right? I was like, oh, I'm this little guy. Turns out, not the case. No. He told me that actually, the reason he called me Little Man was because when I was born, 10 days late, I looked like a small, old man. So, which is a fun memory in the story. But yeah, it's a little overcooked. But it's cool. But yeah, I just thought it was crazy because everyone's like told me this. Like I've never actually seen a picture of myself as a baby. Like they just like told me, like they're like, no, you're an ugly baby, which was a fun birthday. But they told me this in my face, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, how would you not take pictures as a baby, right? Like my mother just gave birth, created life. One of the most beautiful things in the human experience. Okay? And then doctor hands me to her. She's like, you want to take a picture? Remember this beautiful moment? She looks down at Gollum's like, no. Maybe when Benjamin Button grows into his forehead. I'm just in the look of her arm like, Dobby's free! Yeah, it's bad stuff. I was born in California though, but I live in Tennessee now. It's interesting being from Tennessee and looking at what I do. What? Cute? Mom, stop! Obviously referring to my aforementioned melanination. No, it's interesting because people see me, obviously, and they like register me as like a minority, right? So people in Tennessee see me, like obviously think I'm like either black or Mexican or Muslim or some other sin. But it's different, right? Like I don't know if that's exactly how I feel about it, you know? Because I like present as a black man, right? But I identify as a white girl? Stop. Yeah, it's true. Like, I'm kind of like an inverse Rachel Dolezal. Sometimes I have to stop myself from touching my own hair, you know? But I'll be honest, it's kind of hard admitting that, right? Admitting that, you know, I identify as a white girl. Black people can catch some heat recently, okay? You guys haven't been doing so well. I'm sorry. And so it's hard, you know? I feel like nowadays people just kind of live by the old adage, you know, like white people, you can't live with them, but